Hello Dashers, welcome back to this part 2 video of my Aprilia experience. For those of you who are now looking at the screen going, part 2, what happened to part 1? Well, you can find that somewhere up here. For those of you who thought part 2 was going to be me riding that gorgeous Ducati, no, sorry, that didn't happen. And the reason for that is because when I went over to see Tom and Ingrid had only owned the bike for about 3 weeks at that point, and I'm many things, but I'm not crazy enough to ride a brand new motorcycle that isn't mine. For those of you who are new here, my name is Gina, otherwise known as Ginger Dash, and today's video will feature the remainder of my ride time spent over in Crystal River, as well as about 30 seconds that covers all of the points that I made, the things that I noted about the motorcycle. So be smart. If you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. And for the rest of you, on with the video. Today I am riding the Aprila Tuono 660. Okay. First impressions, much taller than mine. We are in commuter mode, by the way. The Aprilia has various modes. I love the pickup. The friction zone is different on this. The throttle's very touchy, but I think that's also because there's a lot more power behind it. I love the display on this too. I like the fact that this is a naked bike, but it also has a windscreen. The seat's pretty comfortable. Handles really nicely in the turns. Because of where I live, I very rarely get to spend any time on freaking curves. He also said this bike is really happy at like 5,000 RPM. Don't say I never do anything for you guys. Now, I'm not talking about the motorcycle ride. That's for me. But taking you to a different location, someplace you haven't seen before, that's got to earn me some points, right? I like this bike. It is a nice, comfortable ride. I'm just trying to focus on syncing myself with this motorcycle. Have any of you out there ever owned an Aprilia? If you have, which one? What was your impression of it? Did you love it? Did you keep it for very long? I don't know a lot about the brand, to be honest. Uh-oh, I think I ran over a lizard. I definitely love the commuter mode. Massive difference over the individual mode. Yeah, I could drive this off the floor at a dealership and feel 100% at home. I don't plan to do that. All right, we have just had a delicious lunch at Crump's Landing, and we are actually in Homosassa, which is right next door to Crystal River. I have reclaimed my bike, and Tom is back on the Aprilia. I think it was smart for me to ride my bike now instead of his, because I was somewhat tempted to just keep going. I will get the 2-camera setup going here once we are back at our launching spot. I think all my zippers are closed. Could not have asked for a better day for this. The weather has been fantastic. And there we go. 2-camera setup, friends. It's nice to be back. I'll close this even though I don't want to. As I already mentioned, I have returned the Aprilia to Tom, and I am back on the Suzuki, me little bike. But oh, what a fun time. I'm gonna be heading back to Ocala here, I don't know, probably within the next 30 minutes to an hour at the most. We are headed back to their home. Want to get some photos of the bike and me with the bike before I head back home, because somehow I always forget to do that. So I'm trying to be better. Trying to be better. Wah, 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 wah. Videos like this for me are just about sharing a new experience with you. And by sharing that with you, I suspect I will ultimately be sharing it with someone who is just like me. Someone who hasn't been riding for all that long, a couple of years, not a commuter, someone who just gets out and about on the bike for enjoyment. This is not the most attractive area here. Just doesn't seem right to end the video with orange construction cones. Today has been a whole lot of different things. A chance to sit down and have a meal with friends. I've known Ingrid for years, and at one point we knew each other very well, and she moved away, moved back, and we didn't touch base until a couple of years ago. Tom, I've only met a couple of times, but it's nice to have opportunities to just chat. And today the weather was fantastic. I do not spend enough time outdoors. It's so true. But sitting there at a picnic table with the breeze coming off the water, watching the boats come through, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And to top it all off, I got to ride a bike that wasn't mine. It was zippier and all kinds of good things. A great experience. I am incredibly happy that I got the invitation, and that I have generous friends who trust me to take care of their motorcycle. And then we got our little speed demon over here. She's constantly outpacing us. Well, me, because I'm in the center. Tom's back there. Well, where is he? There he is. There's Tom. He's been bringing up the rear all day. Ingrid has been leading, and I've been in the center regardless of which bike I was on, because she knows where she's going, and he's like the safety patrol officer back there. What a day. Ingrid suggested I come over and ride their bikes, and Tom was kind enough to let me hop on that Aprilia today, and whew, it was nice. I am so glad I got to come over and do this. Honestly, could not have found a better way to spend a Sunday. Now, if I can just remember what I'm doing here. Think left, right. Maybe. I do know that the knee armor that I am wearing right now, combined with the pants that I am wearing, ouch, it's starting to feel a little bit like sandpaper. And I still have an hour and maybe 10 minutes before I get home. Such is life. I hope you have enjoyed coming along with me while I experienced yet another new bike, and what a sweet one it was. I am going to enjoy the scenery on my way back from Crystal River to Ocala, and I'm going to catch you next time. Until then,